Hi everybody, so I'm back with another K-drama to see. Have you already seen it? And if not, is this something that you would check out? So before we get into this video, you already know the drill. Like this video, follow me for more, and share this with someone that you know that is into K-dramas and would potentially check it out. So let's get started. The name of today's K-drama is called Legend of the Blue Sea. Now, this show revolves around two time periods. One in the modern day 21st century, and then the other in the Joseon era. So the show starts out with this man, and I would say that he's a con man. His name is Hojunjae, and he's in Spain. Now, while he's in Spain, this woman, or this mermaid essentially, wanders into his suite, or where he was actually staying, and starts taking his food. He essentially calls the police to have her arrested, but then he gets notification that the bracelet on her wrist is actually really valuable. It's a jade bracelet from the Joseon era worth about a couple billion won. And so he decides to go to the jail, use his hypnosis technique with his lighter to bail her out. Now, as the storyline progresses, we learn that the two of them in a past life were together. They had a tragic, unfortunate end, but the two of them were together, and they promised that in the next life that they would recognize each other. Now we're in the modern day, and some way, somehow, she gravitated towards him, and it's like she recognizes him or she knows him, but she doesn't know why she knows him, kind of thing. So I'm going to pause right here pretty much to kind of say, as you're watching the show, they make it look like she doesn't remember who he is, she doesn't know her own name, or she doesn't have a name, kind of thing, and that he ultimately names her. But then as the show progresses, it's just like sometimes she stares at him like, you know me, I know you, kind of thing. So it's very confusing. Well, it was confusing for me. If it wasn't confusing for you, then, you know, kudos to you. But I was a little confused because some scenes she looked like she knew him. And then other scenes, it felt like he was kind of informing her about the fact that they knew each other. So both of them are having dreams, and when they're having dreams, they're essentially seeing bits and pieces of their life from the Joseon era. Now, while Shim-chung, which is her name, is living with him, he's ultimately trying to figure out why they know each other, why everything is so familiar with her. Meanwhile, Shim-chung is really just trying to navigate in the modern day. She's trying to get Hojunjae to fall in love with her. She had learned that mermaids, once they leave the water, have a very limited time span before their hearts start to harden, and they experience like these really painful chest pains, which can lead to them. So unless they find that person, because technically mermaids can only fall in love with that one person and that's it for the rest of their lives, unless she can find that person and that person returns loving her back, she might. So that's why she's trying really hard to get him to fall in love with her. And it's just a bunch of things that really make no sense. But on the background end, Hojunjae comes from a broken family, more so, I would say, where his father left his mom for another woman. And as you all know, the other woman turned out to be an evil stepmother, and his stepbrother wasn't any better. His stepbrother has this really weird attachment to Hojunjae's dad, where a series of events tend to happen and you're kind of looking like, hey, like, are you okay in the head? Because clearly you're not. Shim-chung, while living with them, ultimately earns the hearts of the three men that live in the apartment with her, while still trying to maintain her secret or her identity as a mermaid. Now, as I did previously state, Hojunjae is actually a con artist. Him and his two friends work to deceive people. They do a lot of things where they're essentially conning people out of money that's dirty, that the people can't really ultimately report anyway. And at the same time, because he's such a con man, there is a detective or a policeman that is after him. And that policeman has kind of shifted his focus because there is a serial unaliver amidst everything going on. And then as the series progresses, we're starting to see that he might also have been a reincarnation of a man that wasn't all too good in the Joseon era. So now Ho-jun-jae ultimately has to protect Shim-jung from this man, as well as try to figure out what's going on with her. This whole series, I would say, was actually really funny, really cute. Some moments were kind of like, kind of thing. But I would highly recommend that you guys check this out. If you have already seen it, definitely let me know in the comments how you felt about it. And if you haven't, let me know if this sounds like something that you would be interested in watching. But as always, thank you so much for watching. Okay, thanks. Bye.